When performing a dumbbell lateral raise, you're doing lateral raises like this. That's what lateral raise means, but you're having a dumbbell. So you're doing this with dumbbells in your hand. A couple things you want to look for. You actually want to make sure you sit up straight. Keep your shoulder blades back. So whenever I'm doing this, you don't want to hunch like this. And make sure you bring your shoulder blades back and you get a big chest. And another thing to look for, you want to, when you're going upwards with the weight, you want to make sure you want your elbows to be even with your wrist right here. This is your focus with your elbow to here. So when you come up, you want to be like even. And you want to make sure you, at the ending point, you want to go parallel to the floor. So that my arm like this is directly even with the floor. When I go higher, it's going to rotate up into my traps. You can go a little bit higher, like so. And some even say, think about dumping water or milk out of a milk carton. So when you come up, you rotate your wrist a little bit to dump the milk out of the carton. That's what they talk. It also hits a little bit different of the shoulder. Now when you come with your hands, you don't want to place your hands even like this. This is a 90, but keep it a little bit more wider, like this. Don't keep it out too wide. And the straighter you go, some people do it straight like this, and it's extremely difficult. And you're not going to be able to do any weight except like 10 pounds. Like this is extremely difficult. They're like, wow, it makes it more difficult. So it's better for the muscle. They're full of crap. Because you can look at any bodybuilder, and same thing for me. You have to have weight for resistance to build a muscle, regardless, like whatever you're trying to achieve. So let's put this in principle. But before we do, with your breathing, lifting upwards on the exertion. So that's your exhale. And then breathe in, going down. So exhale, inhale. So, for demonstration purposes, so shoulder blades back. Yeah, I know I'm going to breathe. Keep your midsection tight. And I wear a belt for extra support to keep my midsection and lower back tight. So, here we go. So it's like this. Parallel with the floor. Now, some people say, well, you see people swinging like this, right? And everybody's like, oh, that's cheating. Don't swing, that's cheating. That's going to hurt your lower back. If you know how to use it, and this is more advanced movement, it's more like dancing with the weight. So you explode upwards, so it's like this, boom, and you come down, and you go in rhythm. You prepare yourself like this a little bit to explode back upwards. So down, to absorb it a little bit, and up. Down, up, down, up. But when I do that, when I come down, I keep my back straight. So I come downwards like this, straight, and then back up. Straight, up. When people get injured is when they punch like this, up. Punch, injury. This will injure you. This absorbs. This absorbs. That's why you see some of the most biggest and most advanced bodybuilders as well as athletes do that. So if you know what you're looking for, that's another tip there. Other than that, that gives you a first-hand gap of what to actually look for in a dumbbell lateral raise. You'll be able to see a couple sets when I go heavier, and you'll see, take that same textbook form and put it to use in heavier sets. Whenever you use heavier weights, you're not going to have the same exact technique or form. You find what works for you, but eventually you learn what works for you, but understand what's the right form and wrong form, and just use your best judgment once you're educated. Okay, so you can do dumbbell lateral raises from the wheelchair as well. You can do them both hand, or you can simply just hold on to the side of something like here or here, just where you feel comfortable, or grab your chair. But I prefer something more solid, and you just do the same movement. I don't have no brakes on my chair, but you can lock your brakes or secure yourself just use something solid. Just hold yourself there. All that really matters is just the movement. Down, up. Same thing. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. And regardless of your injury level, because you know higher injuries have a little less balance and stuff, you can get a belt and strap yourself in, need be, or just come up with different variations. And as this develops, I'm going to get through a lot more stuff and more information on actually how to perform and adjust and just make things work for you guys.